corner sharp like razor. Ghost rider whip, neighbors yelling y'all crazy. E40 slang, vocabulary gravy. Hustle so strong, lead a whole block hazy. Curbside chatter, deals under street lights. Hustle on the corner like a fiend chasing green stripes. Knock steady, hitting speakers bark like a pit. Street level impact, the ground might split. Street level impact, with a baseline crack. From the trunk to the block, no way to turn back. Hands in the air, we gon' make this clap. Street level impact, yeah, we built for that. Street level impact, with a baseline crack. From the trunk to the block, no way to turn back. Hands in the air, we gon' make this clap. Street level impact, yeah, we built for that. Up that, up that, up that, up
What it do, what it do? Welcome to another episode of Street Level Impact. One of the hottest, newest, up-and-coming podcasts here in the Bay Area. Live and direct from the Bay Life TV network. Yes, that means Bay Life Radio, network. Shout out to everybody that's checking in with us right now. You know, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, IG, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, all that. You know what I mean? We just finna kick it and have a good time, I guess, for the next hour or so, you know. Chop it up about some things, you know. Hopefully everybody feeling cool. I'm doing all right. I just, little tired. Little tired, you know, a little tired. When you running around, hold on, let me see. Let me take this off. When you running around, I guess, and, you know, trying to get to it, you know, you got to make sure you can get through it. That's all I'm saying. You know, it'd be some sleepless nights, you know, some really long days sometimes. But, yeah, other than that, everything is good, man. Nice weather that we having now. It did rain for a quick bit, you know, for like a day or two. But other than that, the weather's been nice, you know. Shit, what just happened over the weekend? You know, it was, well, Cinco de Mayo, of course, that's a whole nother thing. We get to that in a second. But I'm trying to remember what I did over the weekend. I don't know, I was somewhere, it was fun, you know. But, yeah, other than that, I don't really have no complaints. Not about that. I mean, I do about gas, but what else is new? You know what I'm saying? It ain't doing nothing but going up. You know what I'm saying? I think today I was starting to see a lot of places is definitely looking like they reaching $6. Interestingly enough, too, I seen earlier on the news that the ferry, you know, that rides through yeah, no, the averages, I thought I had talked about it last week, what the averages was per county. So, yeah, everything is right at $6 now, you know, getting around there, give or take. But, yeah, so the SF Ferry, the Bay Ferry, has actually seen an increase in riders, which, you know, that's not surprising, of course, with the cost, like I said, of traveling back and forth. I mean, you know, you figure if you got to commute a lot for work or what have you, you know, in some cases, you know, you going to get there the same amount of time, if not faster, you know, because it ain't really no traffic on the water when you think about it. Well, depending on the time of day, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, or I guess what's going on in the area, if it happens to be a bunch of ships trying to come in at the same time. But I really don't hear about, you know, it being no delays or no, you know. Pretty much I want to say I'm trying to remember. I haven't took the ferry, I think, in like a year. That's nothing I plan to do because it's fun, you know what I'm saying? You figure, hey, you know, you want to go to the city and you don't want to drive, or it's a cool little ride. I want to say like 45 minutes or so, depending on where you're taking it to. You know, but it's chill on there though. I mean, of course, you get to stand outside. Take pictures, do all that. There's drinks on there and everything else, of course. But yeah, it's pretty chill. I recommend it. But I think that they reached 250,000 riders, I think, just in April. So, they seeing a big increase or whatever, you know what I'm saying, which is pretty good. But yeah, if you're looking for something fun to do, you might want to do that, It do be, other boat parties and stuff too, on similar ferries. But this one I'm talking about is, of course, it's the kind of the public transportation. But it's tight though. You can't smoke on there though. I've tried. Well, I was able to sneak and do it. But it was in the daytime. Well, actually, no, I don't think I wasn't trying to smoke no tree. I think I was just smoking a cigarette because we had already smoked the tree before getting on the ferry. But you can drink on there. So, it ain't no big deal. Yeah, like, you can drink on there. So, yeah, and I didn't have really no issue, but I remember one of the other times I was riding the ferry and taking it from the city to go out to Vallejo, and it was people smoking. And it's bad when they're announcing it on the speaker. Like, yeah, check this. We just smoking is not as strictly as prohibited on here, and we in the middle of the water, so they can't just kick them off. But it'll sure be an issue once if you don't put it out. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what they do though, if they, Yeah, no, I mean, of course, yeah, they could call it in. But I'm just saying as far as why because it's people that's working on there. So, I'm trying to remember exactly how many, because like I said, they do gotta, whereas, it's like bar and food. But other than that, it is a couple. I don't know what the name is for it. I don't want to just call them seamen. Pause. but you understand what I'm saying? The dudes that work the ship. So, it's cool people on there, and I don't know if they have some on there that's supposed to be like security or whatever too. That's why I was saying, I was wondering, like, I don't know who they was talking about at the time when that shit happened. I was just, cause it was nighttime and I was already toe up because I was coming from somewhere, so we was just chilling, enjoying the ride. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, yeah, you just heard it. It's like, hey, smoking is not allowed. But yeah, I don't know. And then I heard too, because I know some people that was just on some cruises. But yeah, the rules on there, I guess too, is they don't play that. I mean, there's ways to wiggle around it, but you're taking a chance, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, shit. I said it was, it's the beginning of the month, trying to get to the money. And of course, that's why I'm tired. I'm man of many hats, We got a lot going on over here, y'all. We working on different events, community stuff, nightlife stuff, you name it. So, you just gotta bear with us. Hopefully, if y'all was out and about, you might have ran into Igor, cause where was you? You was all over the place. Where you was at
this
Aloha.
weekend, I was at Folk Nation. Shouts out to Folk Nation. They club is dope in Alameda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there on Park Street. Upstairs, downstairs, pool tables in the VIP, white leather couches, crushed velvet. It's nice. And it's big. Yeah, I was there. And then, yeah, I was all over this weekend. Oakland was busy this weekend. You know, Cinco de Mayo had everybody out. Oh man, did you see the little youngsters get caught on the
Hold
bridge?
on.
Let's talk about
I was about to get to that. I was waiting for you to finish.
Toe up
'Cause I was-
Cinco de Mayo.
I was gonna say. Speaking of,
You know,
speaking of everybody being, there was a lot of stuff going on out here. Yeah, it was. I mean, well, first of all, I don't know if you're seeing the stuff that is going on about First Friday.
right.
You know, because it was First Friday last week.
You know,
Again, now some of the stuff, I'm gonna say this, some of the stuff, and they even announced it because there was a car accident or whatever. I believe, some people got hit.
yeah.
But-
lady plowed onto the sidewalk.
Yeah, but that's why I was gonna say they later announced that that was separate. It wasn't nothing
Nothing
having to
happened
do.
at First Friday.
At First Friday, it was just
It
a
happened
car.
in that area
Right,
hours after First Friday.
right.
Because people don't go home.
Right. And that's what I was going to say, too. I mean, but again, it being downtown and it being where the clubs and the nightlife is, they should be prepared for that. I mean, they know it's going. I don't. Actually, when you say that to me, first of all, at this point, let's just be honest. It's common sense. It's a part of First Friday. You understand what I'm saying? Why wouldn't it be?
I mean,
Why wouldn't it be? These
I
same
can see
businesses.
why they call it that because
well,
the
look,
fact that you don't make people go home.
but not only that, but if their business is right there on that street, they could open and close whenever they want to.
True.
And the nightclubs is going to be open. The nightclubs and the bars are open over there anyway. And, yeah, it's supposed to be a city thing. So why wouldn't their licensed businesses, of course, they're going to have First Friday events. They're going to, participate in what's going on.
Yeah, why
They
would-
already pay to be there.
Right.
Y'all got the nerve to be already getting their money plus charging people to have booths.
In front of their
Right.
establishment.
Exactly. So, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see what the issue is. I mean, I do, but I don't necessarily see it from some of the standpoints everybody else do, because I'm like, okay, if the police is already there, I don't see what the issue is. Like, I went and tried to stop by down there at the First Friday, like the last one or whatever, and it wasn't happening. Because first of all, you already know it's not no parking, but as I'm passing by, it's police, and they was riding in unmarked cars, but they staring like this, staring hard, and breaking their necks, and you know what I mean, and all within 5 minutes, I'm seeing people getting pulled over left and right. So,
Wow.
yeah, so I'm like, nah, I'm finna go. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth the gas to keep riding around. I can't, I can't drink and drive, especially not down there. But you're not supposed to do it anyway. I'm not advocating for that, but so you can't ride and smoke. You can't do nothing. And it wasn't like I was necessarily trying to, because like I said, shit, gas is expensive. So,
Right.
I was really trying to find some parking. So, but you just had to, by the time I got there, it really wasn't none. So I had to dip through a few times. But, yeah, the other stuff I was seeing, I'm not sure. And I mean, like you said, it's just people that won't go home, you know, because that was what I was seeing online. They was, like they, on the other side, they trying to advocate for, that saying that First Friday should be shut down or whatever. I guess it's people trying to propose that because the news had mentioned it too. Yeah, because like I said, fights and all of that, and a lot of that, like you said too. I mean, it's young people gonna do what they gonna do, especially they're intoxicated. Now the police is there, cause I'm seeing that too. I even some of the footage I seen, it was police officers in it. So you get what I'm saying. So it's being dealt with, but yeah, I don't understand what making it. If they don't do it no more, what do they think is gonna happen?
They ain't gonna stop it. It bring too much money. Just that little event bring a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. But even still, I mean, okay, like we said, the other businesses that's there, they're already there. So that you can't just, what, you gonna force them to close down? Or, if they decided, if all the businesses decided that they was just gonna keep the first Fridays going, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's the same thing as them all getting together or the organizer getting together with them and they just making one flyer. It's the same location on them streets. I mean, yeah, you can't block it off for people to walk in the middle of the street. But then again, as many people as be out there, who gonna stop them? If people just decide to do that on their own, it ain't,
like on another day.
Huh?
Like on another day.
Yeah.
Say they did not first Friday, second Fridays.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't, like you said, I don't see what the issue is. Like you said, especially if they is bringing in a lot of money and they acting like they need it. But you gotta hold the people that's responsible accountable for it. They gotta be, put on blast. Cause yeah, some of y'all out there fighting and all of this and that. Like I said, for what? Who goes somewhere to have a bad time? You're supposed to have a good time. Let me give y'all a perfect example. You know where I went over the weekend? I went to Blackfest. And Blackfest is, shout out to Blackfest. I believe it's the Stanford Live, and man, don't give me the line on who I was involved. But so they do an annual event at Stanford every year, right? This is my second year going. So last year, it was Vince Staples, and some other artists performing. This year, it was Jid. You know who that is?
Jib?
Jid, J-I-D. You have to look him up. You done heard him on some songs. He's he in a Kendrick and Cole type lane. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, he dude pretty popular. You know what I'm saying? He been putting out music for a minute. Dope show, and I say that cause you would have liked it because, you big on how artists, as far as not lip singing. I mean, like it's different when you go see somebody perform that's really gonna perform. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna really sit there. You gonna think they really gonna give it to you live. You know what I'm saying? Their breath control is right. They loud enough. That's what I'm saying. Their voice, everything over the mic was clear. And this is an amphitheater. So it's an outside theater. But you can hear them clear as day. You get what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, he's talented artist. It was another artist too, a female artist. I don't want to say her name wrong. I think it was Samara Sin, something like that. She was dope too. But yeah, man, it's wasn't no problems, you know. And it was a free concert, free fest. It was so anybody was welcome to go, you know what I mean. But you up there, and of course, there's a lot of college students, a lot of black college students. You know what I mean? Because you could look and you could tell who the students was versus, or who alumni was, and or people just coming for the concert. But overall, and it was other races there too, you know. But it was just a chill event. No issues. Now, yes, they had security out there. Yes, the police, but it was no issues. Like none that I seen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just wasn't that type of environment. You know, especially now because shit, really, especially because shit. I work at an outside venue too. Sometimes they're not. I mean, they not gonna sweat you. It ain't like back in the day. Where like you couldn't smoke tree nowhere. You get what I'm saying? You wasn't allowed. Nowadays, especially at the outside venues, outside concerts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could smoke.
They
Ain't
not
nobody
sweating
tripping
you?
off of that, huh?
They not sweating you?
Nah, they can't take it from you. Can't do nothing. Look, the only thing they supposed to do now, if you sitting there with if you trying to come in with a whole pound or something, you know what I mean? They not letting that happen, But yeah, if you trying to walk in with a good ounce or so, they gonna look at you crazy. Cause yeah, at that point, yes, it could be for you to smoke, but also you could be in there trying to distribute. You get what I'm saying? So, but anything other than that, nah, ain't nobody tripping. Ain't nobody even looking for it. To be honest with you, the main thing the security is be trying to keep out is weapons. You know what I'm saying? So and no alcohol, shit like that. So you feel me? Yeah, you got a little tree, ain't nobody tripping, or you light it up, ain't nobody tripping, unless somebody complaining about it. Then you might get approached. But that's what I was saying. Like stuff be chill now, man. So I don't understand, and maybe it do got to do with like the music selection or the different crap. Well, it's not that. I guess it's just that it separates itself at some point. You know what I mean? Because like even where I was at, the crowd, the type of crowd that it was, you see some of them at First Friday too. They just don't stay late. You know what I mean? When the barricades come down, they leave. You know what I'm saying? Some of what we, whether you want to call them gentrifiers or even just, like how they say it's the difference between black folks and niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically it's like shit. It is if you got some self-control. So people got to hold themselves accountable because like I said, we over, you over there at the other event, you can drink, smoke, and all the shit. And ain't no problems. Everybody just chilling. So what is it that's making people just wanna do the fool? Is it the fact that liquor is well, yeah, it's pretty cheap now, huh? What, so they just getting too drunk? I don't know. What do you think? You think they should? I mean, you said they're not gonna shut it down, but what do you think that they should do? What's gonna like change? I guess the energy down there, huh?
It's hard to say because niggas gonna drink. And that's the number one game changer right there, them spirits.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know, and it be tripping me out, the times when I'm down there, I don't necessarily, I ain't been down there seeing when the fights and stuff be jumping off. But again, like you said, shit, I got stuff to do. I ain't out that late. You know what I mean? What am I doing? You know, by 10 o'clock. Like you said, there's other people standing in the street. You know, and I mean it's cool, like you said, to kick it, but people, take it out of context, I guess. Cause yeah, if that wasn't happening, they wouldn't be tripping. Especially because like over, how in the city they got it over there now where it's designated a street that you could,
First
drink
Thursdays.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they actually got a designated zone, and people got to trip off of what that means, because where else they do that at? L.A., Vegas, New Orleans. Where else? Where you can just go and you can stand up, like you said, where it's a strip or a street. But yeah, it's definitely a nightlife, here in Oakland. It's definitely a party crowd. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think is them, do you think they should have it a little more organized as far as,
One of the good things is, like you said, I think they should have a designated spot. I mean, Telegraph is cool, but you got to still remember it's still in a residential area, and when it's over, you leave this massive crowd in people's neighborhood. You don't get them to leave, so inevitably
well, and
something
they're not
is
going to
gonna
leave
happen.
because the clubs is right there too, right down the street.
Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing. The clubs attract a certain amount and certain people, but it's not the people that's acting a fool. It's, if you look at the age,
I got
age
it.
graphics.
Go ahead, finish talking.
No, that's what I'm saying though. If you look at the age, if you look at the age bracket of the people that's getting in trouble downtown, it's not 40-year-olds. You know what I mean? It's not 50-year-olds. It's not the people that go to the club. It's the youngsters that's outside that don't want to go to the club, that hang out in the streets. So it got to be something in place, even for the business's sake, to where all that goes home. See, because when the clubs is open, the clubs invite a demographic that fit in the club. Feel me?
Yeah.
And not saying that doesn't happen at the club. Things happen at the club as well, but not on the scale that it does. Like when you fill the neighborhood with a couple thousand people.
Right.
Half of them is underage.
Right.
That half that's underage, out of them, it might be out of 1,000 people, 10 kids with their parents.
Right.
The rest is like on the loose, on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gotta be something to whereas you have to have a system of disbursement of the people. You have to make people go home. Not just drift down the street.
Right.
You feel me? Because you drift into other neighborhoods, and 9 times out of 10 that happens uninvited.
Yeah.
And if you notice, there is no immediate police presence. The police is there after the fact. So it ain't no. For example, when I was a youngster, we used to go to the club in San Jose, right? When the clubs let out in San Jose,
Yeah. No,
the
I remember them.
police
It's over.
made a road right to the streets.
Yeah, you couldn't
You
turn
going-
nowhere else.
You go if
Straight
you
to the
turned
freeway.
anywhere else, you're getting pulled over.
It's still like that over there, like even on the peninsula across the bridge
It gotta
down
be
there.
something like that.
Yeah.
Where everybody, you got to go.
Yeah, that's how Shoreline Amphitheater do it
Yeah.
because they right off the freeway exit,
Yeah.
and so
Oakland could look at their plan and see
yeah,
how could they implement, you know.
they
'cause-
do that. They've done that over here at the Coliseum in certain places to, like you
Yeah.
said, and even Sacramento, and it don't take much. I understand what you're saying because at that point,
And the other thing is too, you doing it in a residential area.
right.
You know, if it's First Friday, you got all these vendors and all that. Why you not using the Coliseum parking lot or something?
I went to a job fair at the Coliseum the other day.
You know what I mean? Why you
So
not
they
using
yeah.
the flea market parking lot or something like that?
Right.
It'll make more sense because it's in an area where people have to leave, and if they don't leave, it ain't nothing over there. You know, they can't vandalize people's houses and stuff.
Yeah. Well, at the point like you talking about, even at them areas, they can line it up to where no, you got to go straight to the freeway.
Yes.
You
yes.
got to get on the freeway and
Can
get
you
out of
think
here.
about it? You are bringing 2,000 plus people in a 4-block area.
Yeah.
You feel me? They off to the sides, off on the streets. All these streets are residential.
Right.
Now it's few clubs there, but when you look at the area, all the off streets and even over the clubs, it's residents.
Right.
So, okay, it's cool when you open, but when you close down, you leaving all these people in the neighborhood. Just leave them. You just pick up your barricades and leave.
Well, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, because that's what I was about to say too, before I went to the door. But yeah, like what yeah, like, and then after that, y'all go. Again, it still should be specifically on that day. I'm just
I'd
saying.
relocate it to the Coliseum parking lot.
You think so?
Yep, because you can make it bigger. You would have area, and you can make them go home. Yep.
Wait a minute. How you feel? Well,
It's parking. It's ample parking. It's no parking on Telegraph. It's no parking. You
Right.
park blocks away.
right,
Risk your car getting broken into.
right.
You
Period.
feel me?
Period.
It's parking over there.
You saying because it's enclosed and they could easily have police patrol it?
Yes, most definitely. Coliseum on cameras. You know? You got more area to put more vendors. You bringing in more money. Come on, you adding value to the whole situation. And
You're talking
giving
about it if they just did it in the parking lot.
Yes, and that's just in the parking lot.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
Yeah, you giving it room to breathe. You know? Remember, we used to have the castle over there.
yeah.
So it's enough room. It's definitely enough room. If you put it over there in the Coliseum parking lot, you could almost triple the size of First Fridays.
Huh.
So you figure you going from
Yeah, I mean, well,
27th to you going from
no, you're right
West
because
Grand
I'm
to
thinking
27th.
about. No, that's what I was about to say because I was thinking about it like you said, like the flea market.
yeah,
Once I started thinking about that, like you get to walking, it's the same.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually cover most space at the flea market. Yeah. And
You know,
shit.
at the flea market, you spend all day walking through there.
Yeah.
If you went down every aisle,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
that would be a dope First Fridays. And look, they even got a stage over there where you can have
Yeah.
performances and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got that
In
on
fact,
lock.
they got
'cause
two stages.
But they got that on lock. That's they open 7 days a week.
Nah.
The flea market is,
Tuesday.
huh?
So it's closed Tuesdays.
Oh,
Every Tuesday is closed. But I mean,
Well,
it's,
the rest
it's
of the time,
it's enough room over there where if you did First Friday,
yeah.
the flea market is open in the daytime. It closes about 5. You know, don't
Yeah.
close. Just stay open. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like you said, the way that they're set up, it's more than enough parking. Plus, it's the plus just the space where the drive-in used to be. Period. That whole
Yes.
where the whole section. Because when you think about it, that's really still what it is. Because I remember, anyways, I mean, of course they switched the directions of some of the lots, but I missed that drive-in.
For sure.
But yeah, they really that space, like you said. I mean, the flea market, they doing the right thing with it, but yeah, even the Coliseum, you're right. I mean, and I'm glad to see that they at least letting the soccer teams use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See.
Because no, I mean that's just this hella space, and I mean even okay they doing concerts and stuff too, because it's like yeah, what else? You know, I think they still need to look at bringing some other teams to play right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they will. They
Yeah,
will.
I think
They
because
will.
you know, because where the
Seem like Oakland stretch everything out to 20 years.
for what?
They make everything happen in 20 years.
Oh,
They
in
don't
20
just
years?
boom, give it to you.
Yeah,
They stretch it out for 20 years or something.
yeah. No, I mean, well, shit, they didn't do that with the Ballers. That shit, you feel me? They came up with the team overnight, but the stadium got, you feel me? That was the whole thing. They built a whole,
And
you
if
know.
you see down there, whoa.
Yeah, no, I'll be over there. That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, so it don't take
Dog,
much,
This is nice for the bottoms.
right?
This is
I mean,
nice.
well, just like if you look at I'm trying to remember. Damn, where's like what's the for the Valkyries? I just it just slipped my mind where their training center is at.
I thought they was out there at the old Raider facility in Alameda. They not.
I don't remember. I just seen something they was talking about it the
We
other
got
day.
Google. Where is the Valkyries training center?
Somebody's training center is on Treasure Island, I want to say. I don't know why, cause I'll be watching a lot of different stuff, but it was and then I know what was the other spot that was out here?
Oh, the Valkyries are training facility is downtown Oakland.
Okay, well who's? Well, I mean I know the hockey well I think I told y'all about the hockey center down there. That's the hockey center downtown Oakland, the Oakland Ice Center. It's like 3-4 teams that play there. Plus the Barracudas and the Sharks come up there sometime, I guess, and use it as a practice. Even though they got their own, they got their own arenas. But yeah, no, I mean shit. They definitely need to do something though. I mean, I kind of agree with what you were saying as far as what they could do to make it safe. Because if you ask me, I mean, shit. Basically, the only other option is the crowd control. But I think also. But then I don't want it to be no issue, like, because of course they, to do it to be safe, but then that would hold people up even more, like those certain blocks that you talking about, like down there towards where the clubs is, if they had that kind of separated off to where, but that's a lot of extra work.
Well, see, downtown, once you get, and it's not really downtown, it's uptown. When you look at it,
Yeah, uptown. Yeah.
uptown is separated,
Right.
but where they have First Fridays is a little more up the street
Right.
in the residential part, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean I get it because again, like you said though too, the under 21 traffic.
Young Life. Come on, Young Life.
You know, I mean it's a little different, and like we were saying, just being able to direct the traffic straight back to the freeway or whatever. Whereas because they, like I said, they still do that in certain places. And look, and they had the police block off the following exit, so you can't just hop off at the next exit.
Exactly.
Like you gotta
and,
go.
And come back around. You gotta
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah,
Yep. But you know what?
they could do that at Coliseum.
In Oakland's defense, though, they are starting to bring back a few more things for the kids. They just put the brand new Dave and Buster's down in Jack London Square.
Right. I was
So-
gonna say I haven't been to it yet, but I'm trying to see. What's that gonna be like? Because Planks is still down there too.
Right.
So
Ooh.
Dave and Buster's ain't got no bowling alley.
Business. No, Dave and Buster's got the other. They got all the other games. What's that bowling game? It ain't bowling. You bowl the ball, but you shoot it into the numbers. I can't
Not
even
the
think.
ski ball.
Skee ball,
Yeah.
yeah, skee ball.
Yeah.
They got that. They got them games, and they got the big life-size video games.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you into, I don't know.
It might work
I've
out
been
cool because really, when you go to Planks, you be really going to bowl.
Well, yeah.
The video games is like a little extra.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I've been to Planks a couple times. I've been to Dave and Buster's before, but it's been a while. I don't know. I have to go back and kind of reassess both of them to try to compare. Like, okay, which one would I rather be at? So I think that might be the move maybe for this weekend. There's something I might have to slide through one of them I remember, well, from what I remember though, Planks though, they food was cool and the drinks was decent, but it's been a minute, so I don't know. Yeah, shit. Hey, let's take a break real quick. You want to throw a commercial on?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back, y'all. Just gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Now, back to Juan and Phil.
Ew. Wake your game up. Wake up, party people. Ew. New Juan and Phil podcast. Ew. What up, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's the WON and the place to be, the Big Juan. Yo, and then the place to be is the capital P, H to the I to the L. Phil's in the house, yo, show me love. We can't forget our co-host, Shady Squirrel. He don't say much, but we fuck with him. And on tonight's episode of the Juan and Phil podcast, we have special guests in the building. Oh shit, we got special guests. Yo, straight from Detroit, you know him as Marshall. We got Eminem. Yee!
My name is what? My name is Slim Sadie.
Yo, my mama loves these two. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Salt and Pepper. And we all love this bad guy. We got 50 Cent. Hey. Yo, straight from a tribe called Quest. We got Q-Tip. Hey. Yo, straight from LA, the OG of them all, Ice-T. Let's go.
6 in the morning, police at my door.
And straight from LA, yo, he's no game, but he's the game.
Working with Dr. Dre was a
The One and Phil podcast, baby. We lit. Yee.
Are you ready to honor the legacy of my brother and hip-hop legend Shock G and make a difference in the community? Show your support for the East Oakland Collective, EOC, by purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt designed by Shamari Smith. It's available at beatsforhope.com. My brother Shock G was a multi-platinum hip-hop pioneer and producer who was deeply committed to helping the community, culture, and music of his time. His vision for helping humanity was honorable and has inspired people to come together and see to those that need important attention and love. By purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt, you are supporting the EOC, which helps provide essential services in East Oakland. Together, we can make a difference as we honor Shock G's legacy and support our friends at the EOC. Get your Shock G Humpty t-shirt today.
I let you bleeding. I'm waking up in the hospital now, and I can make a whole lot of shit crumble, bruh.
Skip that nigga over the bitch.
Word on the street is this nigga PJ riding around telling motherfuckers I done killed Courtney. My nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
I need you to take care of PJ.
I don't know, be playing, man. Tell him, we trying to make something happen, though. So nigga ain't got too much time to be waiting on it.
I'm gonna get the white bitch on it.
What like this?
White bitch I took from Joe.
See, that's the shit I be talking about, man. There's always something bigger with your plans.
But the bitch don't know me. Really had to tell you though, right? That nigga PJ ain't cool, bro.
What he done?
That nigga out here selling that fake shit, that stepped on shit, and he saying he getting it from us. Lights out. Paying the fucking price, bitch.
Marijuana, also known as weed or pot, refers to the dried leaves, flowers, stems, and seeds from the hemp plant Cannabis sativa, which contains the psychoactive and mind-altering chemical delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, as well as other related compounds. Let's take a fun look at some interesting facts about the world's most beloved plant. Researchers find that 42% of people surveyed in the US have tried marijuana at least once. In contrast, only 20% of people surveyed in the Netherlands, where weed has been legal for 38 years, reported having tried pot. Out of the estimated 22 million pounds of marijuana grown each year in the United States, nearly 80% comes from California, Tennessee, Kentucky, Hawaii, and Washington. An estimated 1/3 of America's weed is grown indoors. An indoor grow module accommodating 4 plants sucks as much electricity as 29 refrigerators. In California, indoor marijuana grow modules account for about 9% of household electricity use. In Colorado, where the recreational use of marijuana was recently legalized, only 9% of residents are regular pot smokers. Denver has surpassed Amsterdam as the capital of the marijuana world. The city has more than 300 stores called dispensaries, outnumbering pharmacies, liquor stores, public schools, and even Starbucks. In Colorado, recreational pot has a hard time competing with medical marijuana, which has been legal since 2000 and whose tax rate is 78% lower. Estimated pot sales are 55 tons of medical pot and 18.4 tons of recreational pot. The use among teens has not increased the legalization of recreational weed. Legalizing marijuana federally would generate $8.7 billion in federal and state tax revenue per year. California was the first U.S. state that banned marijuana a century ago. In the U.S., a sentence of life in prison without parole was given for trying to sell $10 of marijuana to an undercover officer. Over 800,000 people are arrested for marijuana in the U.S. each year. Support for marijuana legalization is rapidly outpacing opposition. A slim majority, 52% of Americans, say the drug should be made legal compared with 45% who want it to be illegal. Opinions have changed drastically since 1969, when Gallup first asked the question and found that just 12% favored legalizing marijuana use. Smoking up could be a very different experience for men and women, according to a 2014 study in the journal Drug and Alcohol Dependence. In research on rats, it was discovered that females were more sensitive to cannabis pain-killing qualities, but they were also more likely to develop a tolerance for the drug, which could contribute to negative side effects and dependence on marijuana. Study after study finds that marijuana is less harmful than alcohol and tobacco. The beer and alcohol industries are two of the biggest anti-marijuana advocates. Obviously, marijuana is a serious threat to alcohol sales. Due to its safer nature, marijuana is often suggested as an alternative to alcohol. However, heavy use can be harmful. Since pot smoke is chemically very similar to tobacco smoke, heavy pot smokers are at risk for some of the same health effects as cigarette smokers, like bronchitis and other respiratory illnesses. Though the risks are from smoking, which isn't the only way to use marijuana. Another hazard? Car accidents caused by driving while high, though the risk is lower than from drunk driving. A smoker would theoretically have to consume nearly 1,500 pounds of marijuana within about 15 minutes to induce a lethal response. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe to our channel. See you next week.
You mad, cuz?
Alright, yeah, yeah. I guess you, Mr. Memo, hurry up and catch up to where it says, I was just thinking, what if? You can see the illusionist and see that we all in this. Listen to the game in this, don't miss, watch this. Free ideas pop in my head, watch out, selling to you for some bread. It's the American way, pay me today. I take notes from the best, they make the rules for the contest. They told me, see the game from the top view, so you can see past what you're going through. By all means, I keep it moving, my level of faith and my belief. Activate the words that pass my teeth. When the words hit the air, turn into something you can see. Not easy, but really hear me so you can do it. And if you're allowed to see it, then you can do it. Get to it. So you don't have to be mad at me when you see me do it.
Why you mad? You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad at me? Why you mad? You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad at me?
Cats like you get caught up in somebody else's dream, cause they saw it on the TV or a movie screen. A dose of hypnosis will change your focus. Because of what you see, you willing to pay to be a wannabe. Wake up. You'll never be somebody else, you might as well be cool. This is free game, and it's sold to you. I go to work thinking, how do I get you to pay me and make it easy? What you need, I got this for that. A $10.99 for the tax. Look, I trade random thoughts for conversation that costs you time to listen. Watch out, beware of the new age Santa Claus. Invisible contract clause, where they get the money and you get the applause. Because of what you sign, no broken laws, dice game, money gone. Cold game when you buy the ticket of fame, you never win that game. Real game over here, man.
Why you mad? You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad at me? Why you mad? You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad?
It's all good, Kim. I'm over here where the coast is clear. Coasting fifth gear, happy hour with a discounted beer. In my 40s still here, fresh Kim all in your ear. Dreams come true when you see the choices right in front of you. It all starts when you admit you don't know what you doing, and you'll be free to dream and feel the joy that you can't buy. That's that secret high that allows you to feel love for what you do. This might be too much to get all in you in one nutshell. Yeah, give birth to the treasure in you and stop being fake. If that's hard to do, you gon' be mad at me and you. Be a part of the chosen few that comprehend. I hope you do, so the hook of the song don't apply to you.
You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad at me? Why you mad? You mad, cuz? You mad? Why you mad at me? You mad, cuz? You mad? You mad?
And we're back. My bad, y'all. Like I said, you feel me? It's a lot going on. You know, we trying to make something shake. You know, get it while it getting is good. You know, moving and grooving. If you don't know, you know, but you will know now because I'm about to tell y'all. If you're an Oakland resident, you know what I mean. I do host digital literacy classes weekly. You basically, if you're in East Oakland, I do one on Wednesdays, and if you're in West Oakland, I do classes on Mondays and Tuesdays. You know, tap in with me if that's something that you're interested in. I'll make sure that we, you know, share the flyers on the pages so y'all have that information. You know, leave a comment if you want more information about it. And yeah, you know, help me help y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you, you know, need help learning how to work, you know, digital equipment, you know what I mean? And you want to learn how to do more stuff on computers, you know, you're trying to catch up on technology, you know, let's go ahead and close the digital divide and tap in with me. And, you know, at the end of the class, you definitely get a little something, you know, maybe a certificate and a laptop, you know, maybe both. Who knows? You got to tap in with me for more information. That's the Tycoon 415 on IG, DATYKOON 415 on IG again. If you're interested in more information about digital literacy classes. Now, where was we, Igor? Yeah, we was talking about how the youngsters, you know, be messing off the functions and, you know, the crowd control as far as, you know, First Friday depends on it, you know. And not just First Friday, but all the other events that we be trying to have going on out here. You know what I'm saying? It's always some BS, you know, popping off, and it's like, shit, y'all keep it up. Again, we was talking about this just the other month, you know. The weather just starting to change, and so it's like, shit, they just now, first of all, as somebody that puts together events, you know, the amount of work that it takes, the amount of work that you have to put in, you know, the amount of money, all the different things that people go through to put together events, and especially something as big as a festival of any kind, you know, or outside event, community event as big as First Fridays, which takes over a portion of downtown. You know, people need to really learn to appreciate and stop taking for granted that, because what it is whether you realize it or not, the city overall is trying to say, okay, yeah, let's let them party. The police is saying no. Okay, the police department, the fire department, you know, the medical, you know, as far as, you know, paramedics and all that, they don't want the problems. They telling the city don't do it. The city like, nah, we gonna let them, you know, hey, let them, you know, show some pride in their city, let them, you know, have fun and celebrate their city. That's what First Friday is about, because you know, the biggest one is that you hear about is the one here in Oakland. But you know that they doing it now in every city, right? There's other cities now where, like how you say in the city now over there in Frisco, they do First Thursdays. You get what I'm saying? But I want to say San Leandro do Second Fridays. I believe they do Second Fridays downtown San Leandro. In Vallejo, they do like a Second Friday or something like that. They do an art walk. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to think. San Jose kind of do a First Friday. And I've even heard of some other smaller cities out here in the Bay, where that's what they're doing. Or a first Saturday event or a second Saturday type events, But like we said, it's that time of the year anyway where it's going to be that, Not only that, like I was saying before, 1 million car shows. There's plenty of stuff to do, and people can have a good time if they know how to act, but y'all got to chill out, I was thinking about that, too, during the break, Igor, because what you was talking about with youngsters, and then we was talking about as far as if the police if they had First Friday, like at the Coliseum, and that way the police could just direct everybody straight to the freeway, that ain't going to work out here. Because these niggas is already acting a fool on the freeway. Think about it. Then they gonna shut the freeway down like they been doing. Cause I thought you was talking about that. Cause you saw that happen over the weekend, right? With the dirt bikes and the ATVs.
Now, if you notice, and I pray Young Life noticed this too. You feel me? They have a new tool to fight against these mass high speeds or these mass road takeovers.
Oh yeah, no, any of it.
What they call it is. They now have drones funded.
Yeah.
And specifically watching these cats go home.
Yeah.
Don't arrest them. Let them go home for months. Yeah. They watched these cats for over 60 days.
Yeah.
They followed them to the city and let them do whatever they was going to do.
Yeah.
And they knew they had to come back.
Yeah.
So they set up the roadblock on the way back and then trapped them on the bridge.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Listen. Enough is enough. They catch it on to
They said that they took like 90 bikes and ATVs.
Yes.
But they didn't arrest but that many people. They only arrested like not even,
Hey, that was enough. Because that let them all know the game is over.
Well, yeah, because, is it, they going to, it worked just like the car?
They going to tow it?
Yeah, know what I'm saying? It got a hold on it.
They told them.
Yeah, it got a hold on it.
Well, see, now you get a charge, too, of hating the police. See?
Yeah.
So, think about it.
It's a waste of money.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Waste
you
of
can't
money.
be driving like that with all these working people around, and half these people barely know how to drive as it is, and you doing wheelies, weaving in front of their car, and
no, but they really
parents with babies in the car.
They shut the traffic down.
Yeah,
no, we talked about that before.
Yeah, that don't make no
with
sense.
the sideshow shit on the freeway, because it's like, especially not on no bridge. Like you said, I could be on my way to the doctor.
Come on.
Yeah.
And that's the only way to the city. Ain't nobody got time to go all the way around the other way because you shutting the bridge down.
You can't even get where you supposed to get off at to turn around and go back the other way.
Come on. Especially if you ain't to Treasure Island.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if you pass Treasure Island.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Once you up there, you stuck.
Yeah,
so
once you up there, you stuck.
Because that's what they said happened over the weekend. That it was, it was shut down for like an hour.
Yeah, you remember they did that for 4th of July.
Yeah, but that's
they didn't know how to fight it. But now, look what they got now. Look what they Young Life. Pay attention, Young Life.
Yeah, no, they shit. Well, they was showing that. That's what they did. That's how they caught the people that hit the jewelry store at the mall. Did you see that one?
Nuh-uh, I didn't see that one.
No, it's exactly what you talking about. So it was, I forgot. I don't want to say Stone Ridge. I don't think that's the name of it. I forgot what mall it is out here. But anyway, what they did was all these, they showed it. It was like 25 YNs, all right? They're running up in the stores. They all got on the shiesty masks, all black. They run up in the store, smash the jewelry store, you know, snatch up about $1 million in jewelry or whatever, right? While they in the store, the doors lock on them, right?
Oh.
Yeah, nah, because the whole video was posted online. So the doors lock on them, right? The doors lock on them. They trying to break through it. They can't break it. So then I guess one of them had a gun, pull it out, shoot the glass out, right? So now they all breaking out of the store, you know, running out to the cars and shit to leave. But exactly what you said happened. Look, the police had a drone out there, okay, and was able to track it, and they all got snatched up out here.
That changed the game right there. That drone game, that changed the game. Because them little things is up there, and we don't even know. You feel me? I was out the other
Oh,
night.
you mean if they got a good one, yeah they could be up.
No, I was out the other night in the backyard, just sitting in my van, and I was hearing zzz, zzz, like a little buzzing. I look up, somebody flying a drone. It was a home drone, but
Yeah,
they
still.
up there.
Because what you doing with it?
Yeah. Surveillance.
Oh,
You
that's what I'm
looking,
saying.
You flying,
For what?
or you filming, or
No,
you,
but that's
you
what
know,
I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I if depending on where you at, like I could see that being like, of course, people that you know got property, like you know what I'm saying, like out in the country or whatever, you know, and you know that's a quick way to patrol your land. You could just sit there,
Yeah.
and watch on the drone. You know what I'm saying? That makes
And also, you know,
perfect
that's
sense.
how PG&E they survey their poles now. They don't send nobody up the pole no more.
For real?
Yeah, you remember how them dudes used to come with the little truck,
Yeah.
go up the pole? They don't do that no more. They send a drone.
What the
up.
drone gonna do? What's the drone gonna just
They just checking everything out.
What, by looking at it?
Yeah,
No, that's crazy. They still gotta send somebody up.
but they probably don't.
Huh.
See, and now we gotta check first, and plus it's a safer way to check.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's don't get me wrong. I see the fun in it too. Like the, you know, of course, with people that's out actually, you know, filming stuff. You know, like the events and different things. It's definitely dope. Or of course, if you know, doing like content or you know, music videos, you know, movies, the things of that nature, it's definitely a dope item. But outside of that, what is you just the average person, you know? Like, what are you?
What
No,
you
I mean
doing?
for real. Like,
You
I be
filming.
at.
You
huh?
filming. You
No, but that's
filming.
what I'm
You
saying.
getting
Like,
B-roll, you filming people's roof. You filming through the neighborhood.
that's what I'm. Nah,
It's a
but
new toy. You filming. Yeah.
yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the purpose? Or you just a weirdo trying to. Right. Or look, nah, cause that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta. That's the issue nowadays. Or like how you said, look, you said you was sitting there, you heard it, or you see it, and you thinking that it's harmless. But like you said, it could be surveillance. It could be somebody trying to scope something out.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was.
You know?
You know.
Nah, fuck all that. Cause
What you gonna start doing? Shooting them down?
yeah, hell yeah. Why not?
And you know what's the cold part about it? You don't really gotta shoot it down. All you gotta do is just tangle it. Just shoot a net at it or something. And make it fall.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, I mean, if you got something that's gonna project fast enough to do that, yeah, just shoot a net at it. But yeah, nah, definitely knock it down. Especially, I mean, cause you know, when you think about it, again, like how you just said, depending on what a person is doing with it, what if it, you know, that's how some of the youngsters is doing the home invasions. I'll give you an example. I remember, because that's what I was gonna say. I remember, you know, I wasn't staying out here necessarily, you know, but you know, certain places people try, you know, people grow tree in their backyard. Yes, sir. And just because you know, because again, you know, according to the law, you got to have it kind of covered if you're growing it in your backyard, but people can still tell what it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's what I'm trying to say too. Is like I just remember that era, and you know, motherfuckers was backyards was getting hit, and this is before they had access to drones. So, and that's why I was saying too, like it's them type of situations. Like if you know, if you had a little farm or something, you know, or you know, just a little plot of land, even especially at nighttime and different stuff. Like you said, surveillance for that, you know. Or you definitely got to be on the lookout for somebody, like I said, scoping your shit out. You know, yeah. If at events, I don't mind them. Like now, I be at, you know, even at the youth games. You know what I'm saying? Even at the kids' football games and stuff, you see people out there with drones. You know what I'm saying? Because they getting the footage. You know what I mean? Like the what's it, the NFL flag league. You know what I'm saying? They have somebody that literally comes out there because, you know, it's games going on throughout the whole day because, you know, different age groups and all that. So each age group got so many teams playing, you know, and so many kids. But it's people out there, like you said, flying drones, but they getting footage, you know, of the games or whether to use for promo, to upload to YouTube,
Yeah,
you
sizzle
know.
reels, all that.
Yeah, so I can understand that. Same thing at the functions, like you said too. Is like this is one dude that be out there. Damn, what's his name? I forgot. But anyway, he be on Facebook, but he be all out at a bunch of the events and stuff, like in the North Bay, like out there, Vallejo to Fairfield and Sassoon and shit. But he always giving the aerial view because he pull out his drone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So everybody, you know, like you said, people getting big off of that. That's dope. But yeah, other than that, I'm shooting it down. I don't want to step outside and see one of them in front of my porch. And that's a trip because, you know, in some places they do that where they deliver. They use them to deliver with now.
Yeah, I seen they was starting to do that.
Yeah. Well, no. See, listen. They're starting to do it here. They already doing it overseas. I'm trying to remember. This is the name of this one content creator, this dude that be traveling. And don't get me wrong. I want to say they was over in Asia somewhere. But when I tell you, he walked up to a little kiosk machine, right? Or, you know, not necessarily a vending machine, but you get what I'm saying? It was something like that set up outside, you know, and it's set up outside. They got them placed all over the place, like on corners and stuff, right? So you can go there and you can order off the box, off the machine, or I guess you could, like, order something through your phone, and it's a drone, next thing you know, flying and coming down, look, carrying your package.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I'm talking about like food and stuff too. So yeah, like they do DoorDash and all that on a whole different level. You know, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look it up and send it to you. But yeah, that was like that's something that's different to me. But they are doing it out here. Like, you know, Fremont, I talked about it on the show here that they got the robots now that's gonna be riding on the street in the bike lane and the sidewalks and shit. Yeah, so no, they got them going on. Whereas yeah, like a little what's the, you know, about the size of a wagon, I guess, or whatever. you know, and it's
Like
a
a
robot.
buggy?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
a bug.
yeah. I seen that.
Yeah. But they were
Yeah.
showing the ones
they
in
had
LA.
The kids out there, they was getting in trouble for pushing them over.
Oh.
That's cold.
well,
Y'all leave people order alone.
Yeah, well, in LA, I believe they showed one. I think it was in LA because it was during the time when it was raining. But you know, the robot, it was still trying to push through to make the delivery. You understand what I'm saying? And it was like the water was too high for it to go in, you know. So, but it kept trying and it couldn't get no further. But you know, yeah, like you said, that's a trip. I'm skeptical of all that stuff anyway, cause I mean, those is a little different. I mean, they delivering stuff, but depending on what it is, you know, people get too comfortable. Now, food is one thing, but you don't want nothing else falling out of the sky. You know what I mean?
Feel me?
Or, like you said, what people gonna do, start shooting them down? Because that's literally the video I seen. That's exactly how it looked. It was like they ordered something, and they sat there and waited. And like I said, the drone appeared, and, you know, out of nowhere, it just came, you know. Yeah, it just came and zoomed straight down. Look, it lands straight inside the thing, and they stuff was wrapped up already like a to-go box. And yeah, so it was Air Dash. I'm serious. I want to say it was. I think they was in. I want to say they was in China or something. They was somewhere over there. So yeah, we just, you know, we just now catching up with having all the robots and stuff out. So, you know, but I'm still not fond of it because, you know, like how we was looking at the one video of the kids. I seen other videos, you know, where yeah, they showing the robots. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of the word. I want to say yeah, malfunction, I guess.
Go out of control.
Yeah, you know, and a couple of that shits looked scary. Like they got a compilation video, I think, that's online, and if you see that one, right, like. It showed a video that we was looking at where the kids got slapped by the one that was dancing. It showed that one in there. You feel
That's
me?
not funny.
It showed, but it showed a couple other situations like, you know, basically where it was like it was, or, you know, like I said, it was in the middle of doing one thing, but it just, you know, like I said, broke out doing some other shit. And like I was, you know, like I was saying, as I was watching the video, I was like, yeah, now what you gonna do if you, you know, you sitting there and somebody, you know, I mean, and the robot just start coming towards you hella fast. You know what I mean? And you know, or like what happened in the restaurant that was out here. You seen that where that motherfucker just started dancing and throwing shit and everything. so yeah, that's when it becomes dangerous. You feel me? And did you know what they did the other week? You didn't see the robot that they flew out of here? Okay. So there was, see, this tech shit is like we said, it's getting out of hand. It was a perfect example. Okay, so last week, there was a situation at Oakland Airport. I mean, no, not Oakland Airport, excuse me, SFO Airport. It was at SFO Airport. A Southwest plane was delayed for an hour. And you're probably asking why. Okay. You know, we out here, Silicon Valley's tech capital, so forth and so on. Somebody bought a ticket for a robot, for one of those humanoid robots, okay, to get on the plane. And they let it on the plane. Hold on, so it get wild, right? I see you shaking your head. So this is what happened. They They basically let them get on there. I guess, or they was, I don't know if they like was in the airport before going to TSA or whatever, because I guess the robot, you know, they walked in with the robot and, you know, had the robot dancing and stuff for people and doing all that shit, right? But this is what ended up happening. So I guess whatever the case that they transport the robot in was too, you know, it was over the weight requirement. It exceeded the weight requirement. The whatever, I guess is, I don't know, probably something about the size of this table right here. You know what I mean? But whatever it was that they encased, you know, the case that they put the robot in for it to travel, so they couldn't do that.
She must have bought it overseas.
And so what they decided to do was the person, I guess, the robot was being rented out by another, or it was up here doing an event, and so now that the event was over, it was supposed to have been transported to LA or somewhere in Southern California for a whole nother event. This is how the person got to the airport with the robot. So they trying to get somewhere for an event where the robot is being rented out. Okay, the case that the robot that they normally transported in was too big or whatever, you know, to use. So they figured it was cheaper and more efficient to just buy a plane ticket. You know, so they bought a plane ticket, a seat on the plane right next to, you know, to the person who's flying with it, you know. So they bought it through Southwest. Now, this is the other thing about it. They had to remove, because, you know, there's a lithium battery restrictions at the airport now. And they're more stricter now, too, even like on the portable chargers. You get what I'm saying? So you're not able to have certain stuff on there. So what they did, I guess, is that they confiscated the battery that the robot was operating on. And then they put you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And but so I guess I don't know, you know, because it's confiscated, so it's like, it ain't like they're not flying with it at all. So you gotta have a whole nother battery on the other end. And then because of what it is and how much it costs.
Oh, so they can't even transport it.
Huh?
They can't even transport it.
Exactly, not by plane. Which that should have been common sense anyway. And I was when I saw the article about it and shit, it was, to me, I thought it was retarded. And I'm serious, like they took pictures of the robot. Look, the robot was like this at the window seat in the plane. You know, making it look like the robot is staring out the window during the flight. But yeah, you should have known that they wasn't. Well, first of all, I don't think that the people would have been comfortable. I know I wouldn't have been comfortable. I still wouldn't have took that flight. You know, y'all say y'all just took the battery out of this motherfucker, but if it moved while we in the air, no, think about it.
Reserve power somewhere.
You get what I'm saying? And then, like you said, you know, like we was talking about, if it malfunctions like one of them other ones do, that's an enclosed area. I don't know. I think they need to. Well, to me, that should have been common sense, like you said, not on no planes. I mean, I'd be skeptical of being on a cruise. You know? Or, like you said, an enclosed area, because, yeah, I mean, if you can't move, and it's not like it's light metal, you know what I'm saying? So, depending on what type of task the robot is supposed to be performing, and then, like you said, if it just wig out, you know, you don't know what could happen. Like I said, they were showing somewhere it was literally like they were trying to get it to do one thing, and then it, like I said, just turned around and did something totally opposite or you know, like you said, it could be sitting there. You could have it where it's supposed to be sweeping, and then all of a sudden it just starts spazzing out and swinging the broom, or you know what I'm saying? Like different shit. Just, you know.
That's what I'm seeing online over here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They making is different compilation videos.
Hella robots, you know, losing control.
Yeah.
Basically. You know, see, this is my whole point of why I was talking about, you know, they good. It's a good tool, but stop trying to humanize it. Stop trying to. It's enough bad things associated with humans. We don't need a malfunctioning robot that look like a human. That we don't need that. You know.
Right.
Then you gonna make what? You gonna make a race of robots. They gonna be the malfunctioning robots. Then you gonna make a better race. They gonna be robot races.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's already going on right now.
Come on, man.
AI got its own religion now.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Come on now.
They got.
Everybody talking about they got the best.
Look it up right now. Type in.
Yeah,
go.
I see it.
No, go on Google and type in AI religion.
Yeah, I see
They have
that.
their
It's
own
a
religion,
website.
a language. Yeah.
And no humans are allowed.
Right.
Yeah, I seen that. That's crazy. But who made it? See, no humans are allowed, but who made it? Come on, man. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop. We
I
wasting
mean,
time.
you'd be surprised. I seen
We wasting
like
time,
that.
man.
I seen a rapper is going viral right now.
People, we
because
wasting time.
he used ChatGPT to go through his contract.
What's wrong with that? Nah,
Nothing.
See, that's a great
But
tool.
it broke it all the way. Nah, but I'm just like.
That's a great tool.
But what you? I'm
Break
just
down
saying.
this contract into layman's terms.
Yeah.
So I understand every step of it. Yes.
And if you ask certain questions, it's gonna give you certain answers as far as or suggestions. But
like, what is my foreseeable profit from this contract?
but that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
Is that no for real, man? And I know other people that have used it for, you know, similar stuff. And when you look at it that way, you know, and the certain AI programs, I mean, well, again, they're supposed to there's self-teaching as well. So you figure even like having them perform those various tasks, different stuff like that, they getting smarter by the second. And so, like when they said that, you know, the whole about them having their own religion and coming up with their own language and code and different things. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't, you know, if they know everything already that we know so far, what else? You know what I mean? And they got time to think outside of the box. What, you know, what's gonna happen next? I don't know. That was like with that movie that I was telling you about last week. That what was it, Out the Wire? Remember, and I was saying it took place in Ukraine.
Yeah.
But they had the AI robots and all of that. And, you know, exactly, it's like, okay, is that what it's going to take? Shutting all of this down? And it's a lot of people that want to.
Well, I mean, you know, you just got to think about is are we prepared for that?
What do you mean?
Because it's going to happen.
What?
Shutdown. We're gonna have an electrical storm.
Oh, so what you mean where everything is shut down?
Oh yeah, in a lot of areas, it's inevitable.
I don't see the problem with it. I mean, so you're talking about like, I mean, what? Well, some of us come from a time where it wasn't all of these.
Are we prepared for that?
You know, and everything wasn't. No, not necessarily. The average person isn't. The average inner city person isn't. You know, they used to, especially like you said, yeah, growing up, the younger generations, you know, because all they know is apps. All they know is apps unless they really being, you know, taught how to do other stuff at home, you know what I mean? Even cooking, you know, like you said, is But that's the difference. I mean, shit. That's why I'm saying I'm not an advocate necessarily for it. But I mean, AI is doing what it's supposed to do. It's thinking. It's growing. It's learning. You know, that's a choice. You get what I'm saying? We have that choice, but we choose not to do it. There's some people that choose to use YouTube just for entertainment. It's a lot that you can learn how to do on YouTube. Yeah. You know, you can you can do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what AI is doing. Is self-taught. You got the time. You know, so it all depends. But yeah, you're right. I mean, shit. People got to know how to grow food. The way, the real estate is set up around here, everybody, like you said, it was a time back in the day where everybody had a fruit tree or something.
Right.
Growing on, going on. Somebody had a little garden, a small one at least. I mean, there's some people out here still that do it. Shit, I know, shit is, some of the neighbors by, my mom's house, you know what I mean? They got ducks. They got chickens and ducks. So, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And so, you'd be surprised, like you said, yeah, if you know about that life, then you can try to prepare. I mean, of course, people that's like, out in the woods or the country and different places or the mountains, it's a little different because it's hunting that goes on and fishing and stuff. Like you said, they outdoors more. But it ain't nothing that you can do. Nothing that you can do. Think about what you just said. If they shut it down, which it could very likely happen because it was an EBT shutdown before. It was, there was other incidents where certain banks and stuff was shutting down. Before, I remember people couldn't access their accounts. Everything got frozen up. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because you ain't got,
And think about
the
you got
store
all
only
your-
going to
all-
run
all your
civilized
money-
for so
all
long.
your money on digital.
That's what I was about to say.
And
so that's only, it ain't going to be civilized at the store for the first 30 minutes, once the people, because, yeah, people just going to start taking.
Cash gonna be targets.
Right. Well, after that, it ain't even going to, that's only going to last so long. Because there's some people that's going to bypass all that and just take the stuff. That's what, I think, honestly, after COVID, because when you think about it, that's what's happening. Everything that we just talked about took place over the last few years. You know what I mean? Like I said, there was different parts of the system shut down digitally, or we were, some of the times they said, oh, we were attacked, or it was hackers, or different stuff. But yeah, all of these different systems that been breached at different points in times, and it was everything was going haywire for a hot second. Then it led to, that was going on a few times here and there before COVID. Excuse me. And that's why I said, so, from then till now, because even after COVID, I recall it happening more. You know what I mean? Everything from the utility companies, phone companies, all of that stuff. So it's like, shit. If it happens now, yeah. The next move is they gonna start looting. That's gonna be crazy. So yeah, like you said, who's prepared for that? I mean, shit. I don't know. It's a trip. And I'll be watching, like, I've watched some of those survival shows or different stuff too, where they, they take a group of people and you drop you off at an island and you got to be there for 60 days or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be surprised, like you said, your skill set, whether or not it come in handy. Because there was a lot of people out there that they just didn't know what to do. And if it wasn't for, how's it 12 of y'all, but only 1 or 2 people actually know how to go out and catch some food? You know what I mean?
Do anything.
Yeah. Or or build a shelter, or like you said, even making a fire. That was the main thing too. I don't know if you ever watched any of them shows, cause that'd be like the first thing. Cause it's like shit. If you can't build a fire, you can't purify no water. You're gonna freeze to death depending on where you at. And if you're somewhere where it's animals, you ain't got no fire, nothing to keep them away. So yeah, people can't even make a fire. I remember, like you said, back in the days, I mean, of course, I did the Boy Scout thing and all that too, but yeah, even then, shit, you learn how to do basic stuff. You know, I don't just run around starting fires, but, you know, I still remember some of the basics. You know what I mean? Like you said, in an emergency situation, but that you right. Cause shit, especially like we was just talking about with gas too. Like, yeah, what you gonna do with the digital? If the whole system shut down and they only take cash, they taking over the gas station. Instant, I'm serious. Somebody getting knocked out and they gonna look and they gonna turn the pumps on. That's what that is. You feel me? But yeah, grocery stores too. That's gonna be chaos. You know. Yeah, I don't know. You ain't ready by now. Yeah, not for real. Cause even like with the earthquakes, you know, it's been a lot of them happening lately, too. And they mentioned it before, like after the other one happened, you know, about people having, you know, stuff together, you know, your little emergency bag, just in case. Because they was trying to estimate on whether or not it's around the time that we could have another big one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, shit, how prepared is people going to be in this economy? And then what is important to grab? What's important to grab? You know? Because like you said, if the digital stuff is down, I mean, what good is it? Y'all gonna have to start everything over anyway.
It's gonna be a definite reset.
Yeah, like, so what good is, and what would that look like? I guess kind of going along with what you were saying, like, is it going, you know, like, okay, do that mean, like, people's bills is wiped clean, or, you know? No, I'm being serious. Because like you said, you know, how you going to tally it up? I mean, obviously, it got to be if the system shut down and the shit don't come back, everybody got to start over from scratch. Everybody start at zero. But, I don't know, that shit is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think. This, oh, there it go. Yeah, something happened. But I know as far as, you know, like anytime soon, I mean, because they just now introducing them, so I don't know. I think it'd have to be a big recall, just like how they be doing with cars. You know what I'm saying? Before they start to, you know, recall anything, they just now doing like the rollout of the robots and all that kind of shit. So, you know, gotta stay tuned. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be on no plane or having to, you know, transport, not even on the bus. And I guess, you know, I'm kind of glad, I guess I don't live down there like, you know, near Palo Alto or in Menlo Park, anywhere where they do like all them startup companies is, because, you know, they probably already down there with where the robots be on the bus. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm really thinking about that. Like, have you seen anybody walking around with one yet? Yeah, no, we talking about the ones that's, that's your height with arms and legs, and they walking and, Yeah. I don't know. I think that I mean, if people gonna have them for the house, and they taking a risk to have them at their own house for their personal use, that's one thing. Even now, the ones that are quote unquote supposed to be cleared to be in public are still malfunctioning. So, I think, like you said, they shouldn't stick to the ones that are as advanced. You know, the ones on the wheels are different stuff. They functions a little bit simpler. That's one thing. But yeah, anything that involves like the cooking and different stuff, nah, I don't. Yeah. So yeah, for real. And then maybe that'll change some stuff around here too. So people ain't gonna be broke. 'Cause we definitely need some work. And I was tripping off of that because at the job fair that I was at, they had, like I said, it was a bunch of different organizations, but a lot of them was offering only certain types of jobs, like specific fields, and it just made me think: is this part of the shift that we seeing as far as warehouse jobs and different stuff, are becoming a little bit more obsolete. You know what I mean? The general warehouse labor jobs, they bringing in the machines now, so that's because there was other jobs, but it was like specific stuff where you had to have certain qualifications. You know what I mean? Other than that, it was like a lot of in-home care. It's a lot of social, like social work and different stuff that I'm seeing. But I know that with that, that's an issue right now, which was also why you remember we talked about it before when the nurses and stuff out here went on strike, is because AI is being used to answer calls.
Right. They went on strike a few more times too.
Yeah. But it's like you said, certain jobs I think should be, left to humans. But is that what it's turning? That's what it looked like at the job fair, because it's like, okay, none of them jobs, I remember back in the day, even you could go to the temp agency. You feel me? And it used to be like, I've worked in mail rooms before and everything. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, yeah, they cutting all of that out now. Because they got machines to do it or computers to sort it faster. And they only need 1 or 2 people to, enter the data. Data entry is, that's always been a part of it, but it's like, yeah, you gotta do, that. Depending on what the job do, that's the only part of it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like, yeah, people really gonna have to, try to level up. You know what I mean? Go back and even get some more education, like I was telling y'all about these digital literacy classes. For real, you can get on a computer, you can retrain yourself. We got to do something, because shit, if they do, I'm hoping that they actually approve that $30 minimum wage, but even then, if they do, I want to be prepared, because I want to qualify for more than minimum wage. At that point, if it's $30 an hour, it need to be though, because shit, right now at 20, people ain't, 20 wasn't as big of a deal as they thought that they was. It didn't make a huge difference from what I see. And like you said, the price on everything else is still going up anyway. So yeah, that's, you still struggling with $20 an hour. I don't know. But shit, speaking of which, I'm gonna have to get ready to go, because I gotta try to figure out how we're gonna pay some bills around here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta tap in. We do offer, couple of marketing spots. You know what I'm saying? If you want to help push your brand, your product, you know, your event. You know, we do stuff digitally and physically still in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We do have a street team as well here. And that's what like he was talking about is some of it y'all got, even you business owners, you got to think about what you're going to do in case it's all shut down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, word of mouth marketing and everything else is still in full effect. So if you're interested, you know, tap in and maybe we could work something out if you hit us up on IG or one of the channels that you watching us from right now. You know, you just drop something in the comment section and somebody will reply to you. Other than that, I'm getting ready to try to figure out what I'm going to eat and how much traffic I'm going to be in. Because like I said, it's a lot of work. I'm sitting there promoting for these classes as well as, you know, trying to work on some other events that's coming up. There's a whole lot of concerts that's going to be taking place out here that I'm going to probably be working at. So I'm just trying to get prepared for that. And, you know, it's a lot going on. Like I said, we do the digital literacy classes 3 days a week. What else is going on? This Saturday, we doing another boxing event. This one is going to be, hold on, it's in San Leandro. I want to make sure I get the name of it right. So I'm telling y'all the right place to go to. This Saturday at 2 p.m. It's going to be Gloves Over Guns event, which is going to be at Cherry Grove Park in San Leandro. So, yeah, Cherry Grove Park, pull up. The event starts about 2 p.m. Everyone's invited. This is a family-friendly, all-ages-friendly event, you know what I mean? I go to a lot of these, you know, it don't be no drama. That's another place you can come check me out if you're trying to sign up about, you know, these classes. Or, like I said, I'm giving out free laptops, okay? I'm just like that. If you're an Oakland resident, I can get you a free laptop. You just got to holler at me when you see me. So, you know, pull up on me this Saturday. Like I said, I'm going to be at that park. Cherry Grove Park in San Leandro. And yeah, if you feel like it's going to be warm this weekend anyway, so it's going to be a nice weather outside. I think like 80s going into the 90s. But yeah, if you know, you feel like getting frisky and you want to get in the gloves, you know, just want to burn some energy, see if you still got it. Or, you know, hey, maybe you just want to get on camera for some content. You know what I mean? You might want to, you know, do it for your fans. Whatever it is, you need to come slide up, you know, and see if we find somebody in your weight class and make it happen, you know. Other than that, what else is going on this Saturday? Saturday is the big showcase. All right. And that takes place Saturday evening. It's going to be at the Black Repertory Theater in Berkeley. It's on Adeline Street, right?
3201 Adeline Street.
Yeah.
Berkeley.
Tickets are still available.
Tickets are sold out. We have a few tickets
Ooh,
at the door. Yes.
Well, y'all missed it.
This will be an action-packed event.
You missed it. So yeah. What's the difference? Cause yeah, I remember the tickets was one price.
I got a few tickets. I think
so
I got it because I had a few tickets. I was gonna give away discount. I got a few tickets. If you catch me today or tomorrow, I might have a few tickets for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. Shit, maybe you should do a contest or something. Do something on IG or something real quick. See what they do. But yeah, that's crazy. That sound like that's gonna be dope. I seen there's a bunch of people that's gonna be.
Yes, the Do It Big showcase.
Yeah, the lineup.
It's an action-packed lineup. Doors open at 5 o'clock. It is $25 at the door. We got a lot of vendors inside, food, drinks.
Huh.
We got the patio for the grown folks. Yeah, and a live show. Live.
So yeah, that's where y'all can find us at this Saturday. You know, between San Leandro and Berkeley. And then Sunday, it's 510 day.
Yep.
Right?
It goes down.
Yeah,
Pergola,
cause you,
Pergola.
that's what I was gonna say. You DJing?
DJ Igor beats in
Yeah,
the mix.
I thought I saw the flyer. Look, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I got it right here too. Yeah, something.
Yeah, they put your guy up there first.
Yeah, the 11th. So this Sunday, which is also Mother's Day.
Yeah, 510 day.
Yeah, it's the 11th annual 510 day. I mean, it's always been 510 day, but as far as them, actually doing the event, yeah, it's gonna take place at the Lake Merritt Pergola, the main stage, over there, May 10th from noon till 8. Let's see, DJ Igor Beats up here at the top. They got DJ, so it's a couple of y'all up there, huh? Teray, B-Style, DJ B-Style, DJ Appledy. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Then let me see. Soul Beach Drum Circle. They got a bunch of turf dance battle. Let's see. LD's gonna be there. KJ Focus, Kedra. I don't want to say dude name wrong. The Asian dude that be rapping. The gentle giant that be gigging, whatever. You know how to say his name? Is it Seiji Oda or something like that? He dope. He from out here. You feel me? So as you know, he keeping the Thiz and the hyphy movement alive. If you ask me, but it sound like it's like meditation music. Yeah, like if Mac Dre was.
Said Mac Dre was meditating on.
Yeah, like some music they would play for relaxation music for the yoga class. I'm serious. You gotta check him out. And he be at all the events too now. I think he just actually, if it wasn't just this past week, I think it might be this Saturday. He's doing the halftime show at the Oakland Roots game. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I'm gonna show him to you. He, his name popping right now too. I mean, he around like LaRussell age. He got songs with LaRussell and a bunch of other people too. Yeah. He redid I want to say he redid the Trunk Boys song too. I'll play it for you. But yeah, I want to say he did a version of that too. But yeah, so it should be packed. But he's Asian though, like I said, because he did the Chinese New Year's parades and all that shit. D. Jones, Tiki, Mr. Max Prime, Black Achilles, and HMZA, Humza. Is that how you say it? I don't know. But it's definitely going to be lit over there. And it's a free event, And that's what I'm saying. It's that time. It's going to be nice weather this weekend. Y'all know the lake is where it's at. You definitely want to, if you ain't doing nothing, you want to slide through there too, because it go down at the lake. Watch out though for the other rappers though, the scamming rapper. Yeah, don't hand over nobody your phone for them to add you to their SoundCloud or Spotify. Don't do none of that. If you're gonna support the rappers, support the ones that you see actually performing on a microphone this weekend at the lake. Okay. Other than that, I wouldn't do it. Other than that, though, I mean, shit, we finna get ready to get up out of here. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this day, because the sun is out. I can see that from here, and it look like it's going to be out all through the week. I seen on the weather, it says shit, it's going to be, like I said, going into the 90s. You know, like up until Monday and stuff. So it is May, y'all. You feel me? Cinco de Mayo just passed. That was crazy. I don't know about you, but it seemed like every restaurant, taco truck, you name it, was crowded. It was 45-minute waits and shit. Okay? I'm scared of that. And it was because it was on Tuesday, of course, Taco Tuesday, but that was just, it was crazy. I had a good time, though. A lot of tequila and tacos. You know. Shit. And actually, that's what I was thinking about, too. Over the weekend, because I did start celebrating Cinco de Mayo a little early. Over the weekend, I was at this one burrito spot, and I posted a picture of it. I went to this one spot, I guess, it was in Vallejo. They had a burrito, and it was like $24, right? It was longer than my arm. Or to give it more, you see this backpack that I got right here? I'll show you the picture. It was longer than the backpack. I laid it down right next to it. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever decided that they was gonna take it to that level. Shit, for real. I went to Mexico. I didn't even see none of that down there. Okay, so yeah, quiet as it's kept. When people say that we got the best, Mexican food and stuff right here, I'm inclined to believe it because I like burritos, but yeah, as far as the places where I've gotten the biggest burritos have all been right here in the East Bay. But I've been to some other places out here where they got them, like I said, as long as my arm for like $20 and stuff. But that's why I was thinking about. I kind of want to do a little tour and see, because it's a couple spots that I do know of. I like out here in Oakland, a couple in Richmond and in Vallejo, and it's some other spots I'll be seeing. But I want to see which one actually has the longest burrito. Whose burrito is actually the longest for the money, or the biggest for the amount of money, because they're normally $20, $24, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But and of course to see who's the best, who got the best. I seen somebody kind of asking questions like that online, as far as in Northern California, who got the best, I guess the best taco truck. So but that's a debate that, that's an ongoing debate, because some people are just, they like what they like. I don't eat just at any taco truck, unless, if I'm hungry, I will. But even then, I was talking about this on Cinco de Mayo. Like, I look for two things, like you said, is the quality, I guess, of meat, and, whether or not it tastes good, That's the only other thing I don't like, because I'm not a big steak eater, but there's some places that I will eat their steak, because you could tell it's a better cut of meat that they using. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally, because, I tried this one spot on Tuesday that I had never been to before also, because like I said, all these places was crowded, so stopped at one place and, okay, grabbed a couple tacos from there, you know what I'm saying, get one of each, one chicken, one steak, and one pork, just to see. And it wasn't, I'm not gonna put them on blast, but it nah, for real, it wasn't they had dollar tacos, but again, it was like the cut of the meat, you know, because again, I'm not a big steak eater, but I do eat like Philly cheesesteaks and chopped cheeses, things like that. But you know, I just like it, or if it's beef, you know what I'm saying, I just like it cut a certain way. So that's my only thing. But we got to see about who got the best one, you know, or maybe we can like how you was talking about with doing the show. I'm thinking about maybe we can try to organize that for one of the episodes, or we can get, you know, who got the best. No, because I'm serious. Like, I be thinking about it out here. Like, it's new soul food places. You know, I'm skeptical. Rob Benz is all right, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, well, I'll tell you off camera. I ain't trying to, you know. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't cool. It was cool, but it wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they food tastes good or whatever, but, you know, yeah, it's certain places that I definitely miss, you know, so I need to find out if there's any replacements out here. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe y'all can give us some recommendations. I think that's what I want to do, though, for one of the shows is like, I mean, I don't know. Do we look for the best, what? The best, that's what I'm saying, soul food or what? What do you think it should be? Like, what type of food?
Have you had Bojack's?
Yeah, across from JJ's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. It was a while ago, though. But, yeah, I've had them. They cool. I had them once.
Have you had Coco Breeze? I might go there right now if they see if they open.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Jamaican spot. That's good.
Yeah, no, I haven't been there. And I was just, come on, man, please look. And I'm gonna tell you, that's one thing that I'm jonesing for right now. And I'm actually, once we leave out of here, I'm about to see about that. Cause yeah, I need some oxtails in my life. Seriously, like, I need somebody that's gonna cook me a whole tray though, at least. I mean, cause you know, I need a pot of oxtail. I'm just saying for the price. You know what I mean? I need to be able to, I just want to have my fix and get that out the way. You know, I'm serious. I need to try to figure out how I can put that together. But yeah, no, I mean, that's one thing that I want to do too, though. To see who got, like you said, the Jamaican spots. Okay, who got the best oxtails in the Bay? You know, who got the best oxtails in Oakland? You know, and we could even go restaurant versus vendors. What you think about that? Huh? Because the street vendors, I mean, shout out to Jerking It, and it's other vendors that be out there where, you know, they food the talk of the town too. So it's kind of, yeah. I'm gonna have to see about doing that. For one, I gotta get back out here and get to work though. Unless y'all know somebody, or I mean, yeah, because that's why I would want to get it from these places, so we actually know, and we just, we can do a taste test in here. We just, have our judge panel be myself, and we do me, Igor, and then somebody else. That way, so y'all don't think we just making it up. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all know of some places that you think we should try, then go ahead and leave those. Drop them in the comments or send them to me in the DMs, and so we can actually put this together. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to start. What is the spot you said? Coco Breeze? Okay, so we got Coco Breeze. We know you got Sweet Fingers. Who else? Like I said, especially if we include vendors too. Like if we include vendors that
Jerking It.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Jerking It. Who else?
I forgot what Irika's is called.
I've seen hers. I've seen hers before because she be set up. It'd be crowded over there too. Yeah. That's what we have to do, though. Trying to put together something and see who got it. And then we can come up with our own recommendations. Like this would be our, like a little tour guide. These are the spots to go to. So yeah, we gonna put together a list. It's coming soon. Contest and a list. But yeah, finna go ahead and shake this spot. Like I said, come check us out Saturday. I'm gonna be in San Leandro. I think I said it's Cherry Grove Park. Is that what I said? Yeah, and then Saturday after that, gonna be in Berkeley, Black Repertory Theater, 1301 Adeline. You heard him. He said there's still some tickets around Dub 5. You might want to tap in before you get stuck outside. And then, yeah, on Mother's Day, a.k.a. 510 Day, I'm going to be down there at the Lake Merritt Pergola. So come through and kick it. It's definitely going to be lit. Bring a blanket, and some good walking shoes, some good standing shoes, and let's get some of this sun. Other than that, I'm going to tap in with y'all next week, Street Level Impact. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
Break dip, corner sharp like razor. Ghost rider whip, neighbors yelling y'all crazy. E40 slang, vocabulary gravy. Hustle so strong, lead a whole block hazy.